crazy, 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 crazy. They say that I'm crazy, cause I want to find the things. Hard work, never lazy. Cause I want to find the things. They say that I'm crazy. I want some things to change. Do you think that I'm crazy? I won't never be the same. I got myself off pills. How you think
kept confidence in myself. I knew that I was talented. Even when I was sick, I knew I had some real gifts that I could really use and stir up the world if I was able to get control of my sickness. And that's one of the most things I ever wanted in my life, was to be healthy, because my whole life from pediatric, being a child, all I knew was sickness and running to the
This is just a free-for-all, because it's like the wisdom here, and I feel like we're on the same page. And I know, like, in the past, we've kind of always been on the same page. I think of all the people in the community, we do have a lot in common as far as creatively, the things that we have done or whatever. So it's just like, to know that, okay, being honest, there are not a lot of male presence in the sickle cell community. You are one of the most present men in the sickle cell community. So to be able to have this conversation with you, because it's really hard to get men out of their shells and get them to really like, and I will say this project I've been working on, these men have really stepped up. I'm like, okay, y'all in here. So I'm happy, and I wanted to say that because I got a few. So, but it's at the same time, it's just like, to know that I know that you really do have to be like proactive about yourself. You have to know who you are, know what your triggers are, know how and when to just say, okay, I know that I eat fast food 5 times a month. So if I could eat something, if I can eat healthy, even if I order healthy fast food, so instead of McDonald's or stuff like that, and all the stuff that we know, Wendy's, all the stuff that we know is just trash for our bodies, do Mediterranean food. That's, do something. It costs a little more, but what is something that's going to save you the heartache later versus, really being caring to yourself? You really have to provide yourself with grace and love, like having sickle cell. Like you said, we can't just run to the hospitals and think that they're going to have the answer for us. They're not the answer. They're the answer for our immediate issues. But what about the times when, honestly, things could have been treated at home before it got to that point? You really do have to.
You gotta give yourself some grace. Like every time people think, like, honestly, with sickle cell, when you think about healing and you think about being well and staying out of the hospital for, a couple years and years, it's like people get overwhelmed and like they can't see it for themselves. I was at that same spot. I like, damn, how am I really gonna do this? Like, we're so deep into this sickle cell lifestyle of ours. Like, we're so deep into the medications and the treatments and everything that comes along with this, that when we just say, okay, when we look at even the thought of looking at saying, okay, I'm gonna stop doing this, I'm gonna stop taking all this medicine, I'm gonna stop eating this way, it can get overwhelming for one. Yes. So what happens is they just be like, you know what, it's just too much. So I'm gonna just continue on the path. I'm gonna just roll with the punches of sickle cell.
Yeah.
But no, it takes a strong individual. And what you gotta give yourself some grace periods, man. You gotta slowly chomp at that tree. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna just be able to say, okay, cold turkey, I'm stopping this, I'm stopping that, I ain't eating this no more. It don't work like that, man.
Not at all.
It's a journey, man. It's a marathon. So if you could just stop one little thing, so it could be like, okay, say, all right, I'm going to cut fast food out. I couldn't tell you the last time I had McDonald's. I couldn't tell you the last time I pulled up in there and was like, let me get a number. Like, I couldn't tell you. But it starts there. You know what I'm saying? Then it starts with watching, okay, I know I love juice. I know I love a little bit of soda, lemonade, all that. It's like, okay, I got to watch my intake on all that. Because what we don't understand is most of these things are causing inflammation.
Yes.
And it's all about what we put inside our body that's causing our pain.
Yes.
We just knock out some of these little things. It's all processed foods, the sugars, all of that. All of the stuff that's already packaged up and ready for you, the freezer stuff. Like, we just got to get it sounds like a lot, but it's small.
For real, because the amount of things that I do to be proactive about my illness, about sickle cell, by the time I get to the hospital, it's crazy that I feel good that, like, I'm like, you know what? I've done all I could do at this point for myself. So I'm not going to feel bad when a doctor comes in here and says, oh, this, and that, and, oh, you're here again. No, I'm here again, but guess what? I am vegan half of the time, or at least vegetarian, right? So I got to give myself that grace. I got to tell myself, okay, I used to love, let me tell you something, sweets, baby. I used to love sweets, and now I don't eat them not nearly as much.
Still got a problem. Look, this on the side of my bed. Like,
not the Chips Ahoy.
I'm trying to tell people, like, it take baby steps. Like, this ain't gonna be no overnight. We conditioned. I'm about to be 35 years into eating American diet.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't just say, this year's resolution, I ain't eating this, I ain't eating that. It don't work like that, bro. You say this month, I'm gonna do better. You say this week. I ain't even gonna mess with that this week. You know what I'm saying?
This day.
What I learned is stuff like that. It's a treat. Yes. These are treats. These are snacks.
Yes.
We go full force and get on and eat it like it's a whole meal and just don't stop eating it.
Yes.
That's a lot of our issues because that's mine. I fall asleep eating Little Debbie's, all this stuff that I know I ain't supposed to, and then come 3, 4 in the morning, I'm like, back hurting, paining. And then I look over and I know why, because I'm looking in the trash can full of the wrappers. You know what I'm saying? But it just takes small steps. Ain't saying this, cut it out completely, but we can't be every day with it. It can't be in your system all the time. It's a snack. It's a treat. Treat yourself with it. Okay, only on the weekends we eating cakes and pies. As a matter of fact, I'm going to start baking a cake and pie. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got to make my own. And like, we got to get into the habit of doing for ourselves instead of letting, because what all of that packaged food comes with is preservatives. It's all of this extra added sugar. It ain't the natural sugar. It's the, you know what I'm saying? It's the saturated fats and all the oil, all the extra stuff that's what's causing pain for us.
Exactly. And I want to thank you because, like, sometimes, and I know I'm not alone in this, but sometimes it's really hard to feel like, you know, other people feel me with sickle cell, because I know I've had issues. I still have issues. When it comes to my kidneys, my mother had sickle cell. Everybody knows my mom passed away from complications of sickle cell. But she died with heart failure. She died with complications from kidney failure. So I know that me having kidney disease is a real thing. And this is something I have to look out for. So I can't be like, oh, I'm just going to do what I want until I can't no more. No, I have somebody I got to be here for, regardless of anything. My daughter is looking at me like, ma'am, when I go to college, like, she's planning our future.
Yeah,
so,
that's good. That's amazing.
Right. So I can't be
Motivation
like, oh
yeah,
I can't just be like, oh yeah, that's what's up. But I'm just gonna keep doing.
I can't.
Right? No. I do everything. I wish I could. I got kidney drops. I juice. Everything that feeds your kidneys, I truly have researched. I have done. I still do, and I'm grateful to say, like, I know how to regenerate, or at least get my kidneys to a point where it's not in jeopardy, you know?
Good, that's good. Because I figured I had to do that same thing. I don't mean to cut you off, but my father, God rest his soul, he passed away with kidney disease too. 42 years of age, 42.
Yeah.
On dialysis 5 times a week, 5 hours. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was serious. So I'm proactive in knowing that same thing for myself. Like, I'm my father's first child. So, you know what I'm saying? These are this is the stuff that you got to look into. Like, man, I ain't trying. I'm about to be 35 this year. My dad passed away at 42. Like, just do the math. That's a couple years away. I can't have that be me. You know what I'm saying? So I got to be proactive in my care.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
My mom died at 25. I outlived her at this point. I'm 32 years old. I just turned 32 last month. And I truly feel like...
Happy birthday. Happy belated.
Well, thank you. I just truly feel like there is no one or thing that can hold me back but myself. So... True. When I used to think, oh my God, that could be my same fate, I have to, like, no, I'm going to change my word, because at one point, I thought that would be my same fate. So I have to tell my truth. And especially when I was 25, I was stressed out.
You was fearful through 25.
25 was a hard year, okay?
Listen, you would have thought every single crisis was that last
I thought it was it.
Man, listen, and see, a lot of people with sickle cell live with that worry. Yeah. And that's my motivation to tell you to be proactive in your care so you don't have to have that fear. Yes. Because when my life is into the doctor's hands and in the hospital's hands and the nurse's hands, I don't feel safe.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't, because 9 times out of 10, I'm in so much pain and I'm sleeping a lot. Mm-hmm. Not only that, I'm getting so much medicine around the clock.
Yes.
On top of that, I don't know if it's the right medicine that they pushing in me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I don't know who came in this room while I was asleep. Mm-hmm. It's just like, I don't feel safe. So, you know, to minimize and cancellate all of that, I just go ahead and always tell my soldiers, and I preach to myself. I ain't 100% all the way healthy. As long as I got sickle cell, as long as my body is breathing, I have sickle cell in me. I'm fighting towards sickle cell every day. Mm-hmm. It might not look it. I might look good and healthy and all that, but trust me, you can't see sickle cell on the outside of the body. No. It's on the inside of the body. I wake up out of this bed, I got pain. I got hip pain. A vascular necrosis be beating me up on a daily. Folk don't know. I got to soak in Epsom salt hot baths. I'm boiling water to soak in water. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's serious. And, man, the most thing that I want to do is not depend on the hospital, because I feel like they failed me. They just want to order up every test, knowing doggone well I don't need no MRI, CAT scan, ultrasound. Every test they order, every time I come in, I'll be like, for what? For what? For what? I'm coming specifically letting you know. And usually the only time I go to the hospital is when I know my temperature done been 103, 4 plus for a couple days. I done tried everything. Ain't nothing working. I need your assistance.
Right.
No, it ain't this. No, it ain't that. I know what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But the thing is, they don't like to listen to us.
Exactly. That's the problem.
They don't like to understand that we was born with this. We've been living with this our whole life. No matter what person with sickle cell come in there, you got to listen. And that's what doctors need to understand. Your role is to listen to the problem of the patient and then see how you can further aid in helping them be relieved from their issues. Not further complicate, not further stress. You're not supposed to be there to do none of that. A doctor's damn near like a counselor, like a pastor. You're supposed to go to them like, you know what I'm saying, like a safe haven. Like, people run to the hospital for help, but when we run to the hospital with sickle cell, we get met with freaking bias, racism, everything. Like, it's like, oh, why are you here? A person could walk in the ER, white skin, paper cut. You know what I'm saying? They finna roll out the red car. Oh my God, they got a paper cut. Oh my God, you feel me?
Yeah.
Get everything you need. What do you need? Oh my, you know what I'm saying? We come in there, full blown sickle cell crisis, numbers all over the place. We crying. You screaming, crying in pain. And it's like, yeah, it's gonna be about it's gonna be about an hour or two until we get you a bed. Then we get to bed, and it's going to be about a minute for the doctor to get in here. He's making his rounds. He's busy out there today. And, man, it's just...
Then when the doctor comes, well, how do I know you're not lying? Excuse me?
What? You think y'all came here to just what? This is a vacation?